Yet when we are discussing about resources, they say, health is devolved. But when there are labor crises in health sector, there is no national government can you handle. So they must have, Mr. Speaker, they must tell us the truth. If health is devolved, why are people missing drugs in hospital? Why are there labor crises? Mr. Speaker, intern's issue was resolved. Laboratory technicians are still on strike, negotiation. They are yet to be given recognition. Clinicals were on strike, Mr. Speaker. But when you get Council of Governors, they say health is devolution. But when you tell them, can you address crisis in health? They say national government is the one to address, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, on this transferred function, we request, and the President has shown goodwill, and I know the PS in charge of devolution are assigned those transfer functions. But what we are saying, and I've heard Fununu, Mr. Speaker, and I'm happy Senator Ed is here. When we selected the committee to go and negotiate in mediation, the House was that 415 billion was our last baseline. I'm surprised to see in social media and sections of media that they have agreed to 41 billion, Mr. Speaker. They have betrayed our trust as a House. And we are waiting for that report when it comes there. Because we had agreed that 415 billion should go to counties. Our mediation team and went and renegotiated downwards. Then we should have agreed with the National Assembly. There was no need. I know they can argue that they added 8 billion. But 8 billion is a small drop in an ocean of problems that we are facing in counties. How can we talk about costing of transfer of functions when they don't have resources? When I question my governor about performance, I am aware they have given enough resources, Mr. Speaker. So the mediation committee from Senate must give us a proper explanation as the House why they came down from 415 to 41 billion. And I remember Senator Muma was excited about the names that you were proposing. Mr. Speaker, I don't want to go beyond there, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank you. I saw you over the weekend supporting one of young writers. Mr. Speaker, can you add me 30 seconds?
Senator Chereragei, your time is up.
I just wanted to say I support.
Close in 30 seconds.
Mr. Speaker, I want to say I support, Mr. Speaker, and say that this amendment is one of the best. Let us improve on it, and I wish Senator Amida Kibwana all the best.
Senator Okech Eddie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I didn't want to respond to Senator Chereragei's allegation of members of the mediation committee because I knew I was coming after him, and I didn't want him to enjoy any standing orders time because I think that it's important that Senator Chereragei understands that the senators who are sent into the mediation committee, most of them are actually experts in finance and experts in matters mediation as well, where we did a give and take situation. And Senator Chereragei must also take time to also read some of the conversations that go in between these two houses. For instance, Mr. Speaker, Senator Chereragei must understand that when the mediation committee did go to talk about the money that wanted to be added to counties, number one, both the COG and the National Assembly was stuck in a figure of 391. That meant that in this financial year, the counties could only have been added about 6 billion, Mr. Speaker. And that was a hard figure that people were not able to move. But the team from the Senate, where a member like me, Senator Eddie Okech, sits, were able to go and argue for 400 billion, which actually increased 9 billion above what the National Assembly had put. And Senator Chereragei must also know that of the 30 billion that we were proposing as a Senate, which we passed in this House as a Senate, four of those items were non-discretionary items, meaning they were items that are fixed, that you cannot be able to move in any way. But The bigger chunk of the 30 billion that
Senator
we're
Eddie.
proposing,
I want to draw your attention to the provision